UPIKE viewers. Welcome to the December edition of Bear TV News. I'm Madison Farrell.
And I'm Travis Stamper. We're here to cover some of the most recent news around UPIKE and the surrounding community.
In today's show, we will be featuring stories on the religious speaker, Appalachian murder ballads, the major fair, Bear Feast, midnight breakfast, the UPIKE Startup Challenge, the faculty dinner and concert, and campus sports.
First, we go to Megan with her piece on guest speaker Dr. Miguel A.D. Torre.
Students recently had the chance to hear from Dr. Miguel de la Torre. He discussed multiple topics such as gender, sex, and language about God. We spoke to campus chaplain Rob Music to discuss what this presentation meant for UPIKE.
Maybe at the end, the implications, thinking about what that looks like for commitment as opposed to covenant. So that was an interesting thing to think about. It caused me to continue to think about how I use language, specifically religious language about God, to think about how oftentimes it's come from a bias and privilege, and how I need to be more cautious about always referring to God as male. I think we just need new ideas. We need to be challenged a little bit so we really know what we believe.
It's really informative, especially the religion aspect. It helps kids develop their own ideas for different subjects. He started off with sex is great, and you just don't hear that in the religion. I feel like I learn a lot from this lecture.
We hope the students found this presentation to be insightful. Reporting for Bear TV News, I'm Megan Stepp.
Thanks, Megan, for the coverage on that event, and a big thank you to Chaplain Rob Music for organizing the event. In mid-November, UPIKE professor Amanda Sloan teamed up with UPIKE professor Kim Willard to present a student play, No Mortal Can You Trust, a Kentucky murder ballad. The play was performed at the Garfield House across from Pikeville City Park by the UPIKE Humanities 390 class and was an exciting experience for all involved.
On November 11th and November 17th, an open house and major fair was held in the new HPE building. Multiple professors attended the event to discuss different majors with students. Both events had a good turnout, and we hope that next year is just as great.
On November 18th, UPIKE hosted a special Thanksgiving meal primarily for students who weren't able to go home for the holidays. The event was hosted by the freshman class leaders and held on the 7th floor of the HPE building.
On Study Day, Wednesday, December 6th, UPIKE held the semi-annual Midnight Breakfast. The event, held in the school cafeteria, is a free breakfast meal for all UPIKE students. What makes the event special is that UPIKE faculty are the ones responsible for cooking and serving all the food, in addition to waiting the tables and even doing the dishes. The event was well attended, and we can't wait for the next one in May. UPIKE held a startup competition this weekend, which was funded partially by the Kentucky Innovation Network. Here today to speak with us is Justin Prater of the Pikeville office of the Kentucky Innovation Network, and also served as a judge this past weekend. Justin, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing mighty fine myself. So, what was the event that happened this past weekend?
So it was the Appalachian New Business Competition. Formerly the UPIKE Startup Challenge. We recently rebranded it to better reach more people in Eastern Kentucky. So the Appalachian New Business Competition is a business plan competition for anyone in Eastern Kentucky, and generously anyone east of I-75 we're considering Eastern Kentucky. So this competition's open to anyone, doesn't have to be a student, and essentially think of yourself like on Shark Tank. So that's sort of what the competition is. We give away $10,000 in cash prizes as well.
It's a lot of cash prizes.
Yes.
What were some of the plans that won over the weekend?
So our winner was K Squared Medical, and so what they've done is they've solved the problem of the stretchers situation for EMS workers. So they have created an expandable, more wide stretcher. So for patients that are overweight and things like that.
Oh, okay.
And second place plan was WebU Trainer, or Lifetime Learner with their WebU Trainer product. And what they've done is created an online platform for Title IX training for universities. And our third place was actual local here in Pikeville who wants to open up a counseling center for children with behavioral problems.
Okay, and when can we see this event being happened again?
So in December of every year, it's an annual event now, we do the competition. We usually start advertising for it around July or August, and the plans are normally due on right before Thanksgiving. So about this time next year should be the competition again.
All right, well thank you for being with us today, Justin.
Thank you.
On Thursday, December 7th, UPIKE hosted its annual Christmas dinner for faculty and staff. The event even featured an appearance by Santa Claus, whom gave out gifts for the children that attended. The event was also followed by a special Christmas concert conducted by Philip Westgate and Jonathan Schott.
Now it's time for Rob Rundle with your sports news.
What's up, guys? I'm Rob Rundle bringing you your sports update. I have one word for you: undefeated. That's right, your men's basketball team is off to a hot start, posting an impressive 11-0 record, which is Coach Wells' best start in his 12th season here at UPIKE. Senior Darian Leslie is coming off an impressive slate of games recently, recording the program's second ever triple-double against Ohio Lancaster. UPIKE is ranked 14th in the country currently, but will move up in the national rankings. The women's basketball team is 6-4, with an impressive win over 11th-ranked Bethel by a score of 71-62. Senior Jamie Castle leads the Bears in scoring, averaging 14.9 points per game, followed by senior Rachel Lee averaging 11.9 points per game. The next 7 games are scheduled to be home in the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. After both teams qualified second out of 27 teams through 5 games of team play and 20 Baker games, the University of Pikeville men's and women's bowling teams didn't get the results they wanted in match play round, as both finished 4th. The top 4 men's and women's teams qualified for match play, and the top 2 scorers out of that group advanced to the finals. The UPIKE men tallied 813 pins through 4 games to finish 4th, and Notre Dame, Ohio advanced to the finals with 837 pins. On the women's side, the Bears had a pin fall of 672 to finish 4th, and Notre Dame was the last team to advance to the women's finals as well, with a score of 704. Notre Dame went on to win both the men's and women's team titles. Well, that will wrap up the sports update. Tune in next semester for more on your UPIKE Sports. I'm Rob Rundle, and as always, go Bears.
Thanks, Rob, for that update. We are continually amazed by our athletes and hope they continue to do well.
All right, that wraps it up for this season of Bear TV News. Thanks a lot for joining us, everyone. I'm Madison Farrell.
And I'm Travis Stamper. We'll see you next semester.